I want to draw a picture for you of the structure that your business should have if you're making less than $1 million a year in revenue. Then this structure is the filter that you should look through to make marketing decisions. This is the key to growing your business. Well, at any point in time, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell because you're not going to want to miss the next video, which is why most businesses fail and how to prevent it from happening to you. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in here to me drawing this out. So you can see here on the screen between you and me, coming up from my iPad here, that I've drawn a pyramid on the screen, really more of a triangle, if you will. Now there are 9 keys, and I want to place them where they belong inside this. So the first, and at the very, very top of the triangle here, is a $sign. This is because at the very tippity top, the whole reason we're doing all of this is to make profit. We have to make sure that every single marketing decision we're making towards growing our business is aimed at generating profit. Even if you're trying to grow a nonprofit organization, at the end of the day, you still have to have more donations than expenses. You just can't bring the profit home and no shareholders take that profit home. But at the end of the day here, we want to make sure that we're increasing profit. Now, how do we do that? Well, there's some nuances in each of these, and I'm going to talk in later videos about several of these nuances. But in this top part, when it comes to marketing, there's a couple things you really have to make sure that you understand. First, you need to make sure that you know the LTV, or the lifetime value of a customer, and you want to compare that to your CAC, or cost, or client acquisition cost. This ratio is really probably the most important metric for you to know as it relates to marketing. If it costs you more to acquire a client than the lifetime value of that client, well, you don't have a business, you have a pathway to bankruptcy. So these are 2 metrics that are really important to understand. Again, we can go into more detail in future videos about this, but for this video, make sure that you just have that down. And if you have specific questions about calculating LTV or CAC, make sure you ask in the comments and I'll help you out with that. All right, so that's the first of the 9 key elements. The next 2 are going to be the 3 Ps. And the 3 Ps are 1 persona, okay? 1 persona, 1 product, and 1 pathway. These are the 3. This is where I see so many business owners struggle to grow their business. They don't have a clear picture of the 1 persona, the main avatar, the person you are most most wanting to reach. Now, a lot of people go, well, but I want everybody to be my customer. Well, that's great, I understand that, but you can't speak to everybody in your marketing content. It just doesn't work, and everybody that thinks that's wrong never grows their business. It's only the people that understand this that are able to successfully grow their business. So if you want to grow your business, you need to start out, especially under $1 million in revenue, understanding the 1 persona you're really talking to. Now, the beautiful thing about this is you're going to pick up a whole bunch of people under that umbrella. But the more specific and precise you are, the better results you're going to have with all of your marketing. Now, the next P is the 1 product you serve, sell, have, the 1 problem you solve. Now, again, let's say you're watching this and you're a restaurant, and you might be thinking, well, but I've got lots of products. I have a whole menu of products. Right, you do, but a menu of products, a menu of options isn't what you're selling. You're selling the solution to a problem. It could be a gathering place. It could be a phenomenal experience. It could be delicious food. So you're not going to, whittle down into only having to have one thing on your menu. It's, not even most pizza shops just have one pizza. They have a variety of pizzas. Plus they may have some salad and some wings and this and that. And you've got lunch, you've got dinner. And this holds true for all businesses. Maybe you're a salon or barber and, I don't go to the barber for a haircut, but I do go to get my beard trimmed. And so, again though, the barber isn't going to promote haircuts or beards. They're promoting a confidence in your look, for example. You've got one product that you have to identify what it is that you're selling. Now, there are times where it is an actual physical product, an actual widget. But even then, most widgets were created to solve a problem, so you're really selling a solution to a problem. It's really important that you're very focused on what is your one product, the one thing you're really selling. Now, the third P is your pathway. Now, what do I mean by pathway? A pathway, the best way to think about it is a funnel. It's a sales funnel, some people call it, and there's a few different things you want to have as part of your pathway or your one funnel, but it's going to, in every case, have something that brings people in to the very top. All right? Now, you've got 4 categories to choose from here. All right? So let me go over here and real quickly, let me just sketch out with you what these are. So you've got 4 categories, and they're going to be paid ads. So these can be online, offline. You can run pay-per-click. You can run ads on Facebook. You can have a billboard. You can have ads in magazines. You can have ads on TV, on the radio. Like you pay for the ad, and something comes in from it. That's paid ads. You can have a content strategy. You can have a YouTube channel, you can have a blog, you can have social media strategy, you can write books, you can have recipe books if you're a restaurant. Like there's all kinds of things you can do under creating content. This has been around forever. Ben Franklin had, Poor Richard's Almanac. Like we've always had content as a strategy for promoting something to get people to buy from us. So there's content. You have cold email or calling. And so you can do cold email, cold calling. Again, this has been around forever. When I was a kid, we didn't get cold calls or cold emails. We had people knocking at our door selling vacuum cleaners and encyclopedias. So we've had, the cold knock, door-to-door salesman for ages, for eons plus a day. All right, so we've got paid ads, we've got content, we've got cold email / cold calling today. We've got that, or we have networking and referral. All right, so these are, and again, you can have BNI groups. You can have, business associations, chamber of commerces. There's several options in there. In each of these, you're going to have several options. Where I see most businesses make a mistake in here is they try to do a multitude of these. They try to take all of these things, and they try to take a fixed little budget and they try to spread it across all these things. Because they think that they see everybody else doing, Susie's doing ads, and so I got to do ads. And somebody else has got content, or a business owner, they'll read a book or listen to a podcast or watch a video, and somebody would talk about SEO, which would fall under content strategy. Somebody would talk about SEO, and then somebody else talks about pay-per-click ads, and then somebody else talks about this. And business owners think that they have to do all of these things, and that is a huge mistake. You don't have the revenue at this point to do multiple strategies. You really need to choose one of these categories and go all in on it. All 4 of them work. You just have to choose the one that appeals most to you. So back over here to our 9 keys to figure all this out. you've got your one pathway, you're gonna have a content strategy not a content strategy, sorry. You're gonna have a lead generation strategy, which is one of those 4 things I just showed you at the top. And then you're gonna have something in the middle. Typically, this is going to be an email list or something like that. And then you're gonna have something at the very bottom for people to make a purchase, come to your store, something like that. But there is a typical pathway that is gonna be clear and obvious for your business that you should lay out. The issue is, so many people try to do multiple pathways, and that doesn't work at first. Down the road, yeah, absolutely. Once you've really honed your messaging, your product, your offer, your persona, that person you're trying to reach, once you get all that fine-tuned, and once you really have your product locked in, then you're going to be able to really expand your pathway and have different pathways coming in. But at this stage, you don't want to do that. All right, so back over here to our triangle. At the top, we've got profit. All of your marketing should be focused towards profit. Then in the middle, we have the 3 Ps. You need to have one persona, you need to have one product, and you need to have one pathway that you're driving all of your marketing through. Now, there are 5 systems that support those 3. And then those 3 make the top 1. All right? So you've got 5 systems that support the 3 Ps in the middle that are working to create the profit at the top. So what are these 5 systems? Well, I don't care what kind of business you have, online, offline, if you're brick and mortar, if you're e-commerce, if you're a service business, a coaching business, it doesn't matter. You need to have these 5 systems at a bare minimum. Now, the very first one is leadership. You need to have a process or systems in place for leadership. This is really, leading your team, having a clear vision for your company, having a mission for your company, having a way to recruit the best team members, onboard your team, retain your team, make sure your team is getting paid, your team is being developed, that you are coaching them and equipping them. You have to have a system in place for leadership, because that's going to make delivering your product much, much better. After leadership systems, you need to have a good lead generation system. That's going to be right here at the top of your funnel. All right, that's where your lead generation is going into. Then we need to make sure that we have a lead conversion. All right, this is sales. Every dollar you're ever going to make is going to start from a lead. But as Henry Ford said, nothing happens in business until somebody sells something. So you may be gathering a bunch of eyeballs on your ads, you may be gathering a bunch of interest about your widget, but you don't have a business until somebody actually makes a purchase. So you got to have a system in place that encourages that, and then additional systems there that are bringing customers back, getting customers to refer, getting customers to leave reviews. Really an important part of the whole system here. Then after lead conversion, you need to have a system in place for money management, collecting money and managing the money, stewarding it. You have to have a budget, a plan in place, and all of the things that go along with having money in a business. Finally, you've got your project management, your system delivery. This is going to be very, very different based upon the type of business you have. But you're going to have some systems in place to deliver the thing you've sold, to have feedback loops, to get feedback from people, to make progress and improvements, to make sure that things are getting done at an ever-increasing quality. There's a lot to that. Now, these 9 keys are really the 9 keys that every business has to have in place for their business to grow, all right? And once you have this, then you step back and you look at this to make your marketing decisions, where you're going to put your marketing dollars. Now, we know that all of our marketing dollars needs to turn into more dollars at the top. That's what we want. We want profit. The fastest way to get there is to be focused on one persona, one product, one pathway. Now, we need the systems in place that support all of that. And so as you're looking at this, you may go, well, I then want to have a content strategy, and we'll just stick with this. You don't have to be a restaurant. We work with all kinds of businesses, landscapers, restaurants, attorneys, mechanics, all kinds of brick and mortar businesses all across the United States. So, but even if you don't own a restaurant, you've eaten at a restaurant. So a restaurant is a pretty safe example to use in this. So let's say you look at all of this and you're like, I want to have a content strategy as a restaurant. All right, great, no problem. What you really should do then is create a YouTube channel that your kitchen is the stage of. Now, it could be cooking, it could be drama, there's all kinds of ways I've seen this done, but you can use your kitchen to create content out of your kitchen and put that online. Well, you're gonna have to have a leadership system in place to have, people there that are planning this out ahead of time, storyboarding it out, and have the equipment and everything set up and all that kind of stuff. You're going to then, this is going to be your lead generation. So you've gotta, get it out there, get eyeballs on it. But then you have to make sure that there's action in the video for somebody to do, something they take, something they can, click on and make a reservation, or click on and download the recipe, whatever it might be, because now they're a lead, and then you can lead convert. You can start sending them emails to follow up with them to get them to come into the restaurant, to join a loyalty, birthday loyalty club program, whatever that might be. And then again, obviously, you're gonna have a system in place to manage the money that comes in from that budget so you can reinvest, all that kind of stuff. And then a system in place to manage the product of not just the production of the content, but also what you're promising people that they're gonna experience when they come into the restaurant. And so you gotta have all of these systems in place to just run your business and then use these to filter through your marketing. All right, so this right here is the 9 keys that you need to have in place for your business, and how you can think about them and overlay this when you start making marketing decisions. Now, again, if you found this helpful and informative, I'd appreciate it if you would like the video, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you haven't yet, make sure you download this right here. It's the Business Marketing ebook. It's designed to help you go further faster with your marketing. I'll see you in the next video.